live and directly from the Sunshine State in Florida. Welcome back to another warm-up show with the hockey coach Guru Cold Frenchy. And we have to go all the way to the north in Ontario in Canada to find a co-host, Mr. ENORTAP, in the house.
Hello, Coach. Happy Tuesday. Here we
Welcome
go again.
in, Mr. ENORTAP. Welcome tonight. We have an 11 game on the schedule in front of us, so we're going to start early.
Busy
And
night.
we have a game right away after that, so we're going to try to finish at the right time. That gave me a 3-minute bathroom break and then come back after that. So no way to do that. But first, we have to congratulate a lot of people in the chat tonight. We have a couple of people. I was 1-0 yesterday. Not our case, but some did it. And we have to be proud of them, what they did. Some did also the 8-goal number, honestly. And
That's good.
so congratulations for them. We have 2, I believe, right score last night, 5-3. So we have the best record Monday is Mr. Andrew Lepage, Rich Mullen, Kelly, Tommy Meyer, the chef. I think it was his first time. He said, I can participate. It was only one game. So John Gregor, Renault, he said, only one game. I can do this. Yamo, Jose Duarte, and Nuna. 1-0 last night, the right score. Jose Duarte and Renault. I'm telling you right now,
Awesome.
Renault is on fire. Won the contest twice the last 2 days. And the fantasy, Pierre Martin had Lawson Cruz with 6 points. The total goal, Danny T. The bouncer, Danny D, got it with Ron Kings 20 and Jose Duarte with 8. Jose Duarte was almost Mr. ENORTAP at one selection close if he was getting the players of the night when the hat trick or quad trick, I don't know he counted because he would pick every pick of the night. So congratulations for Mr. Jose Duarte. He was on fire last night. We have already some people in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. We're going to welcome each one of them like we do. Andrew Will is in the house back with us.
Welcome, Andrew.
Should we do a little dance or maybe a cha-cha-cha? Yes, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2. I learned those stuff like that when I was very young. I learned I could be at the American what is it called, the Dancing for the Star, but I lost my shoes, the dancing shoes, when I was young, and I never find them. I never come back like the really great dancer, but that's another story. About that one over there. Igor Pereira from Brasilia. Welcome, boy. Brizou.
Welcome.
Mr. ENORTAP, we call them Brizou as a short name.
Brizou.
What the song name is Another Breakdown by April Moon.
Moon.
Yeah. I cannot find her.
No, you tried?
They have another April Moon. They are a band, I believe, in USA. But that woman told me April Moon, what I'm looking for. They are from England. So I need to look more about her because she came on my show live one night.
Oh, she did, eh?
She popped up and she said, I sing that song. And she said, I'm April Moon. And her name is really April Moon on the YouTube. So I would love to bring her back. And
Yeah.
I don't know how
everybody
she
loves
found
that
it,
song.
but she found us first before we found her. Now we lost her. So maybe send Danny T on the search. Maybe
we'll
Danny
find
T have the time to do this. And that would be great. Mr. Richard Mullen in the house.
Welcome, Richard.
One with Kings 20. Welcome back from Utah. Finland, Mr. Yamo Vertanen.
Welcome, Yarmo. Yarmo's been busy, eh?
Zep Lecave, il est de retour with us. Welcome back, Mr. Zep Lecave.
Zeph, welcome.
Renault, Arizona. Renault, welcome back, by the way. Arizona win tonight, maybe, possible. Tommy Meyer, the chef, the cook in the house.
Tommy, welcome. What's cooking tonight?
Yamo said update with George Jeff and the 4 New York Rangers. I need to put the volume higher because I cannot hear you. Not you, but it's not you, it's me. It's my screen. How's everyone tonight? Doing great. What is on the menus tonight, Tommy? What kind of food are you prepared? Give us a little bit more on the menu on the night so we can send Danny. Or not Danny. Danny hates everything. So we have to send Roger, the nooner, pick up the food. If not, we're never going to see the food back from Danny. Never. Center Heights, Andrew Lepage is with us tonight.
Hey, Andrew. Welcome.
Yamo said, Sherlock Holmes. He is a Danny T. That makes sense to me also. From upstate New York, Mr. Jose Duarte. Welcome back.
Hello, Jose. Welcome.
Caleb Saul said, I'm a musician coach. Love to have you use my material you opened. Not a problem. Just send it to me. I will do my best to put this right there in the front. We have a lot of great talent, Mr. ENORTAP. We have a musician right now here. We have a couple of chefs, cook. We have a stand-up comic, Richard Monin. We have a fisherman.
Or two.
Danny T. We have a cookie guy, Joseph Laham. I'm telling you now, and you are amazing. You can drive racing car. And then you can also have a lose weight program, go to program very soon. And we have to go, we have tomorrow night, Mr. ENORTAP, I mentioned, but tomorrow night we are on the beach. We are back at the saloon. Tomorrow night we are on the beach for the saloon. Saloon tomorrow. A lot of fans need some beer, Mr. ENORTAP. It's not looking good someplace. And after 11 game tonight, some of them is going to be really drunk, or they would like to be drunk tomorrow night. So, Mr. ENORTAP, be ready for the beach back tomorrow. We'll open up the first time the saloon on the beach for ENORTAP. So expect this will be great. About that,
I promise not to wear my Speedos.
It'd be great. We're looking for open job for people can serve over there. So I have to go to Hooters to regroup maybe 2 of them. But we want to figure out something. Listen, the league need to retire that annoying win song and use new words, said Renault. Sport Gaming, welcome back, Sport Gaming.
Welcome.
Sport Gaming, I believe, is from Montreal, downtown. Young man, I believe, and great to hear you guys sport with us tonight. I picked Calgary on my ESPN Fantasy today. Yamo. Congratulations, Yamo, about that one over there. I make a chin today because I have someone on the ER, and I have to do it. Simple pizza and wings tonight, Mr. Tommy. He said, that's great. That's good about that.
That's the best, Tommy.
And Richard is making some oyster Rockefeller.
Ooh,
looking good to me. Andrew Coach, firefighter here. Well, Andrew is another firefighter. By the way, he's not the first one. Steve G, I believe, from Colorado, is an ex-firefighter.
Really? Okay.
I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And the best brother, the brother is in the house.
Hello, Nooner.
The Asian can go to the desert island, not a problem. No. It's coming very soon. I'm thinking about something very soon, the next couple of months.
Coach,
I'm going to be live from somewhere.
You have to start merchandising some items. Sell T-shirts, Hockey Nation, cups, mugs.
I have to figure out something about that for sure at some point. And Renaud said ENORTAP the T-shirt, by the way.
Yes.
And we have Adam the T-shirt, the swimmer, and the moderator. Right. What thing used a clash song for a few years ago? The St. Louis Blues.
Clutch song.
A clutch song. A clutch song. The Flyers long time ago. Survivor version of VHL, who will win? Yes, Yamo, about that one over there. RJ, welcome back. RJ said, free beer. Here we go. I want my tequila, Mr. Center. Ice. That'd be great. Bryce Garrett is in the house.
You got it, Andrew.
Tommy said Vancouver use it. I did not know that. But Bryce, can we learn to go absolutely go? Good idea. I would buy some March. Marchazé. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. Thank you, Coach. ENORTAP, welcome. No, we are already, guys, back already there. And you don't know what's going on. So ENORTAP is going to be on what? On face up to drop the puck. So ENORTAP, are you ready for that time of the show where you need to tell us what pay attention the last 24 hours with only one game on the program, but the trade deadline start and we have already some trade happening for the last 24 hours. So I can wait to hear from you about what's going on and the last 24 hours. So you are right now, drop that puck.
I think the intro is longer than what we're going to talk about here. I mean,
it's because we have a little more time today.
we had just one game last night, and despite being outshot, I think it was 44-15. Arizona still managed to defeat Ottawa 5-3, thanks to some great goaltending there by Wedgwood. We saw really, as I said yesterday, it was a meaningless game in terms of standings and whatnot. But overall, some of the players that were hot continue to be hot, as we witnessed. More importantly, a couple minor moves today. We did see Colorado with a decent trade with sending Yost out and picking up Sturm. They also saved money on that, which leads me to believe that they probably have one more move up their sleeve. Wouldn't be surprised if it is indeed Giroux going to Colorado. So looks like they've really locked up all their positions and are ready to go for the playoffs. And of course, we know that Sherrod has been asked to sit out tonight's game, which is a managerial decision, which can only mean that he's been traded. But they're working out the final details. Apparently, from what I'm hearing, it could be St. Louis, and we will definitely be getting a first-round pick out of it as well as other pieces.
Any other team, he can go.
Sherrod?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of teams that are in need of a defenseman, starting with, Edmonton, Toronto, even LA could use a defenseman. Who else out there? Minnesota. I mean, there's options, but I have to believe at this point that St. Louis was the front runner, and I think it will turn out to be them.
That's awesome. About that, Mr. Blackhawk is with us, Mr. Blackhawks. Nick, Gate, Joshua, and Harper.
Welcome.
Do you believe I have more pressure for the Montreal back or with the fans back in the building?
Yeah, a little bit, I guess, because you're performing in front of 17,000, 18,000. But I think the pressure's off now. They know what the situation is with the team. So if we're just talking about being booed, which they haven't been under Marty St. Louis, because they've played really well, you're not
going to see that until they perform. They work hard. You're not going to see anything under right now for the rest of the season. I don't see that at that moment. And Johnny Golden is back, and it's time to tell you, Mr. ENORTAP. He called a Gordon, and he tried to trade his mother-in-law to the KHL.
Did they ban her from entering Russia?
Be careful, Johnny. You're going to get some soup tomorrow morning, and the mother-in-law is going to drop you some soup tomorrow morning at your house. So
Homemade.
Be careful.
Homemade.
Yeah, it will be very homemade. Dan Hashem, you are awesome. With Miss Colette is back in the house. Thank you to join us tonight, Mr. Dan. I appreciate a lot to be with us about that. I don't know. We're going to go right away, Mr. ENORTAP, because we have a lot of game on the program tonight. And but I'm not going to start right away. But I will say to you, Dan, what are you doing in the room? You're supposed to be out with your wife for your anniversary. No, Dan, it's not the same Dan. But try to take care about this. You talk about Dan Ogilvy. So don't worry. He's not going to be here tonight, Dan Ogilvy. I can see his wife is going to be to him like, no coach friendship tonight. So sorry, wrong Dan. He said,
Nation. Look at this.
About that one there. I'm Mr. ENORTAP. We're going to start right away with who are they? Who are they today? Let's start. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like if you don't mind. That'd be great.
Oh my God!
And the first person of the night, Mr. ENORTAP, I'm really looking for the goaltender. So we know we have a few players over there, and but if ever you know the players, you can share it with us. But we're really looking for the goaltender at that moment. So who is the goaltender? That's always the first one. I can't wait to see Yamo answer tonight. Yamo always said some name, and it's not young for sure.
No, it's all pre-masks.
Blackhawks. By the way, that's for Blackhawks fans because that's your Chicago team. Ed Belford. No, yes, coach. I know, right? Glenn Howell then said, are you able to do the game tonight, coach? Yes, Tommy, I do the Montreal Canadiens, of course, at 7 o'clock tonight. Unfortunately, I cannot do the league play at the same time. I'm very sad about that. We have a winner. I don't know if you knew, but it's Denis Desjardins.
Yeah.
Do you know any other players on the Johnny Golden got it again. Pat Stapleton.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he passed away. And the Minnesota North Star looks very familiar too.
I thought it could be Lou Nanny.
Lou Nanny, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Lou Nanny, yeah.
But I cannot see barely the number, right? So, but it looked like for me, it looked Lou Nanny.
Yeah,
but,
you're absolutely right.
We have Mr. Alexis Dubik, the scout, back in the lineup. And the house. Welcome back, Mr. ENORTAP. The next one is a difficult one.
Oh my God!
So next one, it's not an easy one, guys. But I want to share it with you anyway. And good luck. I know one of them is very easy. And then the number one for Montreal is not Doug Risebrook, by the way. So don't give me Doug Risebrook or Malley. David Malley went number 8, if I can recall it. And the number 11 for the Boston Bruins. So good luck for everybody on that one.
Oh my gosh. This is a tough one.
Yes.
Wow.
Renault got one. Johnny Golden got one. Amazing, you guys. Renault got Bill Ray, honestly, or Ray, William Ray. Johnny Golden, Mr. ENORTAP, got Billy Hickey. Yeah. He got Billy Hick. And then who is the player from the
Boston? Yeah, I can't.
Willie O'Reilly for Johnny. Know. Yeah. Honestly, I would tell you it's Audrey Erickson.
I wouldn't have got that.
Only
And we
Johnny,
can't see the goalie either.
only Johnny could find that one over there. But it would be
Willie O'Ree.
honestly, but like you guys, you did well, Renault and Johnny Golden, you did well. Mr. Alexi, ask you, Mr. Notap. Apparently, Kim Costin and neighbors for Sharia.
Sorry, apparently who?
Neighbor and Coskin for the St. Louis Blues.
Oh, well, Koskin's a fourth line. I think he's a right winger. And who's the other player?
Koskin is a Russian kid playing the 4 line.
Yeah,
have a
he's on
good
the fourth
start
line.
season, then you have nothing. I think he missed also a pick. But if they get neighbors, first round pick, and Koskin, I think is a good pick in return.
Yeah, neighbor would be good, but I had heard that for sure they got their first round pick, which is what they were looking for.
Yeah.
That was the starting point.
Yeah.
So it would have to be more than that.
Mr. King of Gamer back in the house. Welcome back.
Hey, Justin, how are you?
So that's a good thing about that one over there. Mr. Notap, we're going to mention this. You have a trade afternoon. The Colorado Avalanche trade for the second day back-to-back. Today they trade the 24 years old Dyson Just to the Minnesota Wild. In return, they got Nico Sturm at 26 years old. Tyson have a contract at $2 million. He's a RFA at the end of the season. Nico Sturm is at 0.735, I believe, and he's going to be a UFA at the end of the season. Honestly, both of them almost the same kind of number on the productivity offensive. One a bit more defensive, one better. Nico is better as a center, as a face-off, everything like that. They have a specific role with the Wild, play on the 4 line, honestly. And Tyson play 3rd line, 4 line. Send you hook, get the spot for the Colorado. Honestly, the days for Dyson was almost done with for Avalanche. So why this trade? Depth for the Colorado Avalanche, face-off men if they need it, and salary cap open up. Expect more days and more trade for the Colorado Avalanche, and the next couple of days will be, like I mentioned to ENORTAP a little bit earlier. I wouldn't be surprised Claude Giroux take the route for the Avalanche, and then they go maybe trade another players at the bottom 6 with more the forechecker like Claude Bach or someone like that. I wouldn't be surprised. So any comment you want to add about that one?
I just think it's a minor trade, but I think it was a very good trade for Colorado. Like I said, it opened up some more cap space, so that they'll probably go after Giroux. And you're right, maybe it wouldn't preclude somebody like Clutterbuck coming over as well. I know Colorado's been quietly pushing for him for a while, and I think he would fit in nicely. You'd give him some extra muscle in the bottom 2 lines. And they not only I think you mentioned also about the face-off ability. He's a fifth, I think around a 50% face-off winner. So that's an improvement from I think Yost, who was around 40, 41, something like that.
Renaud asks you, do you think Petrie would be traded for the Pens going or the Blues by the deadline?
Well, if Sherratt's going to St. Louis, I don't think it's going to be there. Could he go to Pittsburgh? Yeah, I guess that's a possibility. I mean, I think even Boston might be an option. I'm not sure. But I think Petrie will be more something that'll be done after the season's over.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one over there. So another signature, Alex Vlasic signed a 3-year contract, ELC, so congratulations. Another player for the Boston, Mr. ENORTAP. It's getting more and more, honestly, about that. We have a question for you. Are the Avalanche keeping Kadri?
Are we talking about now or at the end of the year? Because at the end of the year, he's a RFA. So
yeah, more at the end of the year. Right now, I don't. They will, but at the end of the year.
Yeah. At the end of the year, I think he's gone. I think he's had the best year of his career. He's going to probably uh, he's going to be looking for a hefty contract in my eyes, and I don't see him fitting in with Colorado moving forward. We're there already. Woo!
I don't sure if they will keep him.
No, I don't think so.
I still believe the Flyers will run after him.
You think they'll pay? They'll pay up for him?
They will give him a good $8 million.
Yeah.
Was really interesting, Mr. Notap. Remember last week when Lester guy got hurt?
Yes.
During the game, at the end of the game, remember that Colorado lost an OT, I believe, again. Oh my God.
Was it Calgary?
No. After that, during the week was a Thursday night, I believe. And they have a bad call. It was a bad call, and Lester guy was upset because Kadri was involved with that part. The ref did not call it to Kadri.
Yeah.
Everything on that.
Yeah, I remember. I vaguely remember that.
So anyway, Lester guy got a 10-minute misconduct for at the end of the game, and and then he have a press conference. But how he speak after the press conference in our tap, it was to prepare the referee to not see Kadri the same way anymore for the playoff. It was really calculated the way he speak. Like he was borderline with the ref, explained to them, and it was a really nice. When you're upset, you're supposed to go deep, right? But no, he was keep controlling, composure. Lester guy is really smart, and he want to be sure the ref does not jump against Kadri during the playoff. And so it was really nice to hear that for Lester guy. So I was just want to sharing with you about that one over there. About that, here we go. Do you think Edmonton would be the weakest link and get exposed with Sharia out?
The weakest get exposed to Sharia. No, I don't think Edmonton's going to be leaving Montreal.
Not him. It's the 24 minute you have, Mr. Inotab, have to sharing with other defensemen. And that's defense number 4, 3, 5, all jumping to the wrong chair. That player is going to be exposed. Not Edmondson with Petrie.
Yeah, no, you can't put him there with Petrie. But, I mean, we also don't know what the fallout will be. You might have a defenseman coming back. You might be bringing up a defenseman from the minors. But, yeah, you're definitely going to miss Sherratt's time on ice for sure.
Yep. Harper, say hi to everyone. Say Harper hi to us.
Hi,
We'll do great. So Harper, thanks for joining us. Mr. Eagle Frank back in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Eagle Frank. Hopefully doing well. Ellen call up who we play with.
Oh, good question. I would put him probably on the third line. I would either second or third. I think he has familiarity already with a couple of the players there. Like I mean, you might put him with. I'm just thinking maybe Gallagher or.
I don't see too high. I see more like a third, fourth line. Honestly, I don't see more. On the same time, Rand Pauling got a concussion, so another bad play over there for him. But I don't see him too high. I see more at the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, I think the third line probably. Second or third in my eyes. Yeah.
Glad to see Eagle Frank. We miss you, buddy. Hopefully you're doing well. And your Tampa doing well also at the same time. So I'll give you a fantasy. I got it, Andrew. I have a thought cross my mind today. What if we acquire Pavel Zachac? Do you think Zacha would be a good fit for the Montreal Canadiens? He's having a down season, but look big good for the second line center.
Yeah, he's a big body, but I'm not really overly impressed with him. There's a reason why he was pushed down. I think he was selected 6th the Kokanemi year. he hasn't had a positive, like his plus minus have all been negatives. He hasn't gotten more than, I think, 34, 35 points in a
Yeah,
season.
exactly. He had a good
So,
year last season.
yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, if you extended it over a full season, probably would have translated to a decent year. But um,
The only
I
thing
don't
I
know.
would say to you is older at what you said with Kokanemi. He's a 6th overall pick, but on 2015.
Oh, okay. Right.
So I think he was maybe the year of Sergachev.
Right. Right. It could
So
be.
something like that. So we have 13 goals this year and 55, 28 point, minus 17. He has 17 last year and 50 games. So on his best days, he's about 18 goal, 20 goal, and about 45 point. I would not touch him on my eyes. The only thing, he's a big 6'2 center, 6'3", and he run a
Yeah.
$3 million at that moment.
Yeah. It's a little bit high.
Yep. And Upper, she said 4-3 for Chicago tonight. Good evening, Pierre Martin. Thanks for joining us tonight. Star leave Arizona yet 4-2. About that. Also, elite scoring play. Anyone else to play top 6 on the unit power play. You have some magic there. We're not going to happen about this at the beginning like that. For sure. Demain, ma fight, Alexis. Bonne fight, mon Alexis. Bien content de te souhaiter une très bonne fight. Vois-tu, Zaka Montréal? Non. Bad news, Josh Anderson, lower body, will not play tonight.
Yeah. There's something wrong with him for sure. He has been very quiet the last couple of games.
Yep. I agree with you about that one with it. That's another bad news for the Montreal Canadiens. Mr. Untitled 634. Ho ho! We have to rock and roll the party time. Let's do it.
Let's go then. Okay, so what do we have here first? Of course, Arizona and Montreal. Well, Montreal's 40 points are fewest in the league right now, which for our purposes serves us well for what we want to do. They're actually 8-2-1 following an 8-2 slide that they were on before that. So we've seen the importance and the change in the effort, the climate that's there, the go every game. Arizona's 42 points are tied for last in the Western Conference, but the Coyotes actually own a 31-18 goal advantage while going 5-1-0 in March, including that 5-3 road victory last night over Ottawa Senators. Um, I think that they've found some nice pieces in Arizona that will serve them well over the years. As long as they keep them there, they can build around them. We saw them scoring last night. They've been scoring for a while now, so they definitely are on the right track. I think that their kind of rebuild in Arizona will take longer than what Montreal is going through. But overall, it's they're on the right track. I think they're managed well. Um, they're right now they're 5-2-0 away from home since February 1st, and they're 3-1-0 heading into the finale of a 5-game trip here in Montreal. But I will take Montreal to win this game simply because Arizona is on a back-to-back, and I think that should be advantage Montreal.
Done deal.
Okay, next we have Dallas and Toronto. Well, here we go. It's been confirmed. Calgren's in net for Toronto. It's going to be an important game for the Leafs. They really have to gauge here what their next step is going to be. I think it's intentional that Calgren's in net. They want to see if he has a good game tonight. I think he'll beat a bridge until Campbell's ready to take over again from his injury or his time off. If it doesn't go well, then they have bigger problems than they anticipated, and we'll look at what Kyle Dubas will do over the next few days. The Stars won't have to face Austin Matthews, so that's a definite plus for them. He's serving his 2-game suspension. Um, and that's a big hole for them because I think he had scored a total of 38 goals in his last 37 games. So that's quite an achievement and a big hole for them to try to overcome. Um, the Stars are playing without Heiskanen, which is a big minus for them. I think he was diagnosed with mononucleosis. If that's the case, it's something that could last and linger for a long time. So that's why I don't think we're going to see anything happening with Klingberg. He's probably going to hang around for sure, at least till the end of this year. Dallas now is 2-2-0 in the 4 games without him. So his importance or his absence is very important for Dallas. But um, other than that, they've been having some great offensive outputs. I don't think this will be much different. I'm going to take Dallas to win this game 5-2.
So far, we look good.
You look good. Okay, good. And now we have Anaheim and the Rangers. New York's 14-14-3 when allowing the first goal of the game. The Rangers are also own a 19 comeback wins in the league, which is tied for the league lead with Colorado and also, believe it or not, Columbus. Um, their 9 wins when trailing after the opening 20 minutes are the most in the NHL. And we saw that this past week, actually, in a couple of games. One, they fell behind. I think it was Dallas 2-0 before answering with 4 unanswered goals. And I think it ended up 7-4 that game. There's been a few of them like that. Panarin's quietly been doing extremely well. We don't hear from him much, but he's collecting the points on a nightly basis. He collected 4 assists for his third career 5-point night as a Ranger. Like he was off to a bit of a slow start, but he's definitely making up for it now. Um, the, uh, the Ducks, what can we say about them? They're 4-9-2 in their past 15 games, 1-5-2 in their past 7 road contests as well. So obviously they're, with the Manson trade and maybe looking at Lindholm as well, like they're already starting to think towards next year. So their focus is quite different. The Rangers are 10-2-1 in their past 12 meetings and scored 3 times during the third period in a 4-1 victory in Anaheim back in January the 8th. So I think the Rangers will win this one as well, 4-1. Interesting that they might. I think somebody said that maybe Georgiev might be starting this game. I have Shesterkin as well,
Yep.
but if it's Georgiev, to me that might be, a ploy to show him off and model him for a possible trade down the road in the next few days. Breaking. What's
It's
broken,
just
Coach?
a small breaking news, but Kelly took Dallas 5-3 over Toronto.
Well, she's a smart lady. She knows. Next, we have the Islanders in Washington. Well, Ovi will get another chance at a landmark goal when the Never Say Die Capitals host the Islanders tonight. Ovechkin has no goals over his past 2 games, and so his total of 766, which is tied with Jagger for third in the NHL all-time goal list, is still intact. Um, he's also tied with Brett Hall for 23rd place on the all-time points list at 1391. I think tonight he'll probably surpass those two individuals myself. He will score, and that'll eclipse both those two records. While Ovechkin undoubtedly would love to achieve new milestones on home ice, his first focus is obviously going to be securing a victory here for the Capitals. Every game's important for them. They want to position themselves well so that they have an easier first round opponent. Washington has gone 4-0-1 in their last 5 games, bringing the team within 5 points of the Rangers for third place in the Metro. Um, they're returning home after a 3-game trip that saw them trail in the third period of all 3 games. And still, the Capitals recorded 5 out of a possible 6 points in that time. So that was a successful little road trip for them. The Islanders themselves are coming off of a very gritty victory, extending their winning streak to 3 games with that 4-3 decision over the Ducks on Sunday. They outshot New York 42-29 in that game and really had to hang on to secure the points. Um, I'm going to go with, I think this will be a very close game as well, but I'm going to take Washington 4-3 in this one.
So far, so good.
Okay. All right. And next we have Vegas.
Oh, now it's going to be complicated.
Very complicated because they're playing just as much of a complicated team in Winnipeg. Who knows what you can expect from them on a night to night basis, except inconsistency, of course. Vegas will enter the finale of a 5-game trip at Winnipeg tonight, clinging to the second wild card spot currently in the West and facing the possibility of missing the playoffs for the first time in its franchise 5-year history. Vegas has lost the first 4 games of this road trip, including a 6-4 to the Blue Jackets on Sunday, their 10th loss in their last 14 games. Now, we talked about them quite a bit in the past, and we have all sorts of reasons why they're in this slump, but it just comes at a very critical time with the trade looming and their salary cap. Players ready to come off the injury list and how to handle their salary cap situation. Vegas holds just a 1 point lead right now over Dallas for the final playoff spot. Although, in all fairness, the Stars do have, I think it's 4 games, 3 for sure. I think it's 4 games in the hand. So advantage Dallas there. I mean, the good news for the Golden Knights is that they scored 4 goals in that loss to the Blue Jackets. And the reason why I say it's good news is because in previous games they were only able to manage 1, and 2 goals against Philadelphia, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh, respectively. Winnipeg trails Vegas by just 4 points themselves. So this is a critical 4 point game. The Jets, they're playing at home. It's going to be a tough game. They're going to probably try to really play a physical game, the Jets, I think, with them. Uh, and I think right now they have more firepower. So I'm going to take Winnipeg in this one, Coach, 3-2.
5-4.
Yeah, it could be a high scoring game. Yeah. Um,
I
next
think
takes us.
Sunday have Nikolai Heller help Winnipeg right now.
Yeah, probably. Next we have Jari against Saros, Pittsburgh. Oh, has it been changed? Has it been changed to the Smith? Confirmed?
Yes.
Okay, so that that might change my thought. Well, we got 2 teams there right now. They're sort of
You should not.
okay. I won't. They're feeling pretty good about themselves when because like in the Predators case, they've won 4 out of 5 games, including that big 6-2 win against the Wild on Sunday to strengthen their playoff spot. Against the Wild, defenseman Roman Yossi reached a career high with his 17th goal. Forsberg hit the 30-goal mark for his third season in a row. Nashville also pointed to a category that sometimes gets overlooked, and that's they blocked in that game. They blocked 29 shots, and that doesn't sound like a meaningful stat, but it really is because it means that they're buying into a system, and that includes sacrificing your body. The Penguins are 3-1-1 in their past 5 games. Um, there's they've mixed up their lines a little bit. I think they're starting to get a bit more scoring from a couple of other sources, um, which was lacking before. Crosby's been on a 12-point tear in his last 9 games, um, so he's going to look to continue that. I I originally thought it was Jari against Saros, but I'll still stick to my prediction. I'm going to take Pittsburgh to win this one 4-3, but I could see it going the other way too by the same score.
Nashville 4-3. I said 5-3.
For Nashville. Yeah, it's possible. I don't like the Smith in that position.
That's
To
the
be
only
honest.
thing. The reason I changed. I was going to be with Pittsburgh. I saw the Smith about 4:30 today. I decide
Oh,
to go with Nashville.
yeah, I didn't see that, so I can't change. Is what you're saying?
Or you can.
I can.
Yes.
Okay, okay. You know what? I will go with Nashville then, 4-3. And in our next game, we have Boston and Chicago. After playing one another for the first time in more than, I guess it was 2 years, last Thursday in Boston. Both Chicago and Boston will complete their home and home season series with a return matchup tonight. Chicago split 2 recent road games, scoring 4 second period goals on their way to a 6-3 win Saturday over Ottawa. The Bruins, they won 2 1-goal games before hitting the road for the next 4. Um, they haven't lost in regulation since March the 1st, back in Anaheim. Um, and that also represented, I think, it was Boston's ninth win in 11 games. They've gone 9-1-1. And when you couple this with what's happening with the Leafs, we could see a changing of the standings after tonight if Boston wins and Toronto loses. Um, Craig Smith has been really doing well for them. Charlie Coyle for Boston as well. There's been, uh, you know, talk now about Swayman maybe entering the Rookie of the Year talk as well. He's been 9-0-1 in his 10 last starts, and it's been really keeping Boston into this. Um, Boston's Nick Foligno is due to play his 1,000th career NHL game. Both him and his father, Mike Foligno, who played just over 1,000 games, will become the second father and son combination to reach this milestone. And of course, the other father and son combination was Bobby and Brett Hall. So I'm going to go with Boston in this game, Coach, 5-2. Well, next we have Detroit and Edmonton. Two teams looks like they're headed in opposite directions. The Oilers have already collected 2 victories to start their 5-game homestand. They'll look to keep trending in that direction when they host the struggling Red Wings. Edmonton snapped a 3-game winless streak with an overtime victory over Washington on Wednesday, and then they for lack of a better word, they kind of manhandled Tampa Bay, I thought, on Saturday with that 4-1 victory, which surprised the heck out of me because usually they're not that physical. As usual, their big boys came out to play. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl delivered most of the offensive punch against the Lightning. McDavid had 2 goals. You could see there was an extra jump or an extra gear to his game there. He increased his point total to 83. Draisaitl, I think, had 1 goal and 1 assist, and he's up at 81. McDavid didn't score during Edmonton's 3 game winless streak prior to the homestand, but he scored 3 goals in the last 2 games. So we obviously see that when their big guns come out to play, they're a hard team to beat under most circumstances. Um, the Red Wings will be making their second stop on a 4 game road trip. They'll also be visiting Vancouver and Seattle this week. And in the first meeting with Edmonton, which was way back in November, early November, they did manage to defeat Edmonton 4-2, but I don't think they'll have the same luck tonight. I'm going to take Edmonton 4-1.
All right. That's good.
We're getting there.
Next game.
Next game, we have New Jersey and Vancouver. With Mackenzie Blackwood and Jonathan Bernier both injured and probably likely to miss the rest of the year, Coach. It's like a lot of the responsibility has gone to Nico Doss to step in and do the best he could. And really, what can you ask for from this 21-year-old rookie? He's won 3 out of 4 games that they've completed, including their latest victory, which was a 2-1 shootout against Anaheim, and he even stopped 2 shootout attempts. So he started in the past 7 contests for the Devils, and now they're opening up a 3 game Western Canada trip against starting with the Canucks. And he's allowed 8 goals over those 4 games to improve to 6-4 this season. The Canucks, they had a tough game on Sunday. Whenever the Canucks come out of the gate slow, it's a bit of a problem for them because it really changes their game plan quite a bit, and they have to expend a lot more energy trying to get caught up before they can get into their routine that they want to get into. So that 2-1 loss to Tampa was a tough one for them to swallow, especially since they were close to getting closer to a playoff spot. Vancouver's 10, 18, and 5 when allowing the first goal of the season. So that's their main focus. And if they don't make the playoffs, that's going to be one of the major reasons why they don't. But I think they will prevail tonight. I'm going to take the Canucks 4-3. Okay, next we have Florida and San Jose. Doesn't get any sunnier than those 2 places, I guess. After a disappointing defeat to open a season-long 7-game road trip, the Panthers will remain in California on Tuesday for a visit to San Jose. The Panthers saw their 5-game win streak come to an end Sunday with a 3-2 shootout defeat to the Kings. That to me was a great effort by the Kings, who were really shorthanded, especially on defense. Managed to score with under a minute to go, and then did very well in the overtime as well to secure that victory. The Panthers are, I mean, I think over the last little while, their road record has been much better. They've extended their point streak to 6 consecutive games overall. They've gone 5-0-1, and I'm glad that their main focus has been on that and trying to secure victories on the road as well as at home, um, because it shows that they recognize it as a problem and they have to address it. The San Jose, I don't know. With the exception of LA, I really don't see. I don't know how they're getting those victories against LA. To be honest with you, I guess they just some teams have other teams' number, but San Jose to me looks like they're on their way down. We got Bobrovsky and Sachenko going tonight. I don't think this will be close. I'm going to take Florida to win 5-1. I don't think. Yeah. And our last game of the night, and what a game it should be, Colorado and LA. The Kings will likely need to continue relying on their depth because of all the injuries that they've had recently. Like guys like Doughty and who else? Dustin Brown, Arvidsson as well, Anderson, even Brendan Lemieux's out, and I think Anasiezu is also out for this game. If I recall, he got hurt in that shootout game against Florida on Sunday. So they've been really shorthanded, and yet they built themselves a nice little gap in terms of points, a little security. Hopefully they won't have to rely on it. But if they don't get their act together over the next little while, it's going to be tough for them to hang on to that spot. And that's one area that maybe we thought was secure at one point. Colorado's dealing with their own loss lately. Losing somebody like Landeskog is a big hole for them. He leads Colorado with 30 goals, but he's also their leader, their captain. He's going to be out indefinitely, apparently, with he underwent, I think it was knee surgery. So that's going to be a big hole. We'll see if, in the end, Giroux lands there. That would go a long way to help them out. But along the way, in the last couple of days, we've seen them secure themselves with a couple of nice pickups and trades. And I'm sure that they'll be fine going forward. I'm going to take Colorado to win this game by a score of 4-2.
All right. Four two. Here we go.
Boom, boom, boom. And after all that's said and done, I have Rangers, Fox and Makar, and I'm going to take Marchand with Robertson and Rantanen.
Here we go.
And my total goals, 68.
Yep. How many?
68. And yours?
Coach, you go with 64.
64. Okay, we'll see. Don't forget to give us your total goals, folks.
We're going to skip your power play, but shootout. But again, we're going to be back in the next few minutes for sure for the play-by-play. We thanks everybody. We have a good crowd tonight. Until then, Mr. Nata, we're going to cook very quick. We want to wish everybody, of course, it's Adam Burger with a Dauphin and the house at that moment. That's what's happening.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best.
That way.
And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Thank you so much, Mr. ENORTAP. We wish you an amazing, great night, everybody. We look forward to you the next couple of minutes. We'll be back for the rest.
Good night, Coach.
And thanks,
Good night,
everybody.
all.
We appreciate that, Mr. ENORTAP. Always a pleasure having you. Be well, be healthy. Find a way not only the minute of your day. Find a way to what, Mr. ENORTAP?
2020. Enjoy the whole year.
You better say 2022.
Dominated.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Eagle. Thank you, everybody.